Hi guys. So hope you're safe due to this coronavirus all over the world. We are in lockdown in India. Hope you're safe. Staying in home, washing your hands twice, thrice, or multiple times a day. Whenever you go out and come, you wash your hands, your sanitize your body, take a bath. So do all the things. Stay safe, stay home, and you can learn. This is absolutely free. So I'm be taking this HTML crash course part by part in two languages. First, I would be taking in English language, and another second time I will be taking in Tamil language. So this is in English language. Now I will be taking the first video of my HTML crash course. So this crash course, I think most probably it will consist of 6 or 7 videos. The last video would be a bonus video for you to learn more, go more. So I welcome you all to my HTML crash course series. So my name is Amrit Gopinath and I will be your instructor through this crash course. So we'll look at the fundamentals of HTML in this crash course and make a plain website. So why do we make a plain website? We will see the reason in the next slide. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It was created by Tim Berners-Lee at 1991. It's just a markup language and used for creating web pages and web documents. And most probably it's not a programming language. So now I have read all these things. Now I will be explaining you one by one. So what is hypertext markup language? What does it mean? So it's just a markup language and it's only used for writing things in the web page, none other. Just for writing marking up in the web page. That's the main use of it. So it was created by Tim Berners-Lee at 1991. So that is a very, very important date when the first HTML version was created. So that was just named as HTML. Then HTML2, HTML3 point something, blah blah blah. And now we are using HTML5. In this course, we will be seeing HTML5. So this is just a markup language and used for creating web pages and web documents. So please understand this is just a markup language, not a programming language. With a programming language, you can build many things like well, when we click something would happen or some animation would change. In a programming language, we have dynamic things, but in markup language, we don't have dynamic things. Please understand this. We have JavaScript for programming language. We will use HTML only for markup language. But without the HTML file, your web page would not work. So HTML is the index file or the main file of your web. Without it, the web page would not work. Tools we'll be using is the Sublime text and Chrome as a browser. So now we'll be seeing how to download Sublime text. Now let's go to google.com and search for Sublime text. And you can go to the first link which redirects to www.sublimetext.com. So download this Windows version. So you can see that some features. Use the free version. I'm using that unlicensed version. If you want to get license, you can use the licensed version. Now let's see what are HTML elements. A HTML element usually consists of a starting tag and an end tag with the content inserted in between. Tag name, the content, and the closing tag name with the tag name. So the closing tag has the /. So the HTML element is everything from the start tag to the end tag. So this is a HTML element. This is also a HTML element. So why do we need HTML element? So it's like certain code in HTML. It's very important. HTML elements make something unique. So for example, we have an HTML element known as h1. So what does this h1 do? It makes the text between it very important and makes it as a main heading of the web page. It makes it bolder, bigger, and more attractive. To say it's more strong compared to other things. So that is the use of tags, but these tags would not be displayed in the web page. These elements would not be displayed. This tag name or this square or this brackets not be not be displayed in the web page, but the content here would be displayed as per the tag. If you are using H1 tag, you would have a main heading. H2 tag, you would have a second level of heading. H3 third level, lower level. H4 more lower level. Paragraph, just a paragraph. So like that. This is what HTML elements refer to. Next, we will look at the structure of HTML. After this, you will go to Sublime text, save a file, and open it in a web browser and see how does it work. So the HTML element defines the whole document. It has a start tag and an end tag. Inside the HTML element, we have the body element. So these are the text which I have given in the presentation. Now let's see what is this doc type HTML. This doc type HTML refers the web page that this is a HTML5 document. That's it. Then we'll see the HTML tag. So we have given here HTML element defines the whole document. Now these two tags define the whole document. These two tags, this closing HTML and opening tag. Between this HTML element, we can have lots and lots of elements which relate to HTML that come under this HTML document. So you can have a head session and a body session. These two are another important sessions. So this head session or head element has one element which is known as title. So this head element has all the metadata. What is metadata? Which does not, the metadata is not displayed in the main screen. So that is metadata. So these metadata will be only for reference, and this title will be on the tab. So for example, see a new tab here. So this is a title element. This is what a title element do. Name the tab. Now we have seen what does a title element do. Now let's see what we can do with this body element. This body element has many uses. So the tags, like the H1, the paragraph tag we discussed before, will be placed under this body element because that is displayed in the web page. So that comes under this body element. This body element covers the content of the web page. So it's very, very important. The head element only links this to a style sheet or to a JavaScript program, or gives a links to a bootstrap program, and so and so. You can tell many more, which are only links, and they only link this web page to another style program or a JavaScript program. But this body element, what does it do, right? It gives all the content of the web page. So we style the web page with CSS. So CSS is a styling language, and it's very, very important, and we can use to style anything and everything in HTML using CSS. And JavaScript adds dynamic function to HTML. That's the programming language which we use for developing web pages. So I'm back. Now we are gonna see how to save a HTML file. So we have this programs. I have opened this folder. So I'll teach you how to open a folder later. But now we'll see how to save a file. So now let me remove the folder sidebar and hide the sidebar so that we are not going to see the sidebar. We are going to just mainly focus on this. Now let's save the folder. You can go to file. Before that, you can change this to a HTML, or you can go save as, and you can type my first program .html there. If you change, if I change HTML here, and now if I save, we are saving as automatically, we are saving as HTML type. So it's like .html, but we should mention .html. That is very important. So I'm mentioning this as index because index is the most common name for a main file. So it's like a main file. If you have many pages like about us, contact, sign in, sign up, if we have many pages like that, the index.html is our home page for that website. So let me save index.html. Now we are getting the file index. Now I'll tell you how to open a folder. So you can go here, open a folder. So I'm selecting this folder, or you can go and select this folder, and you can go select this folder there directly there. So I'm selecting this folder, and we are getting a new tab. You can close this old tab, and you can open the new tab. So now if you want to see the sidebar, you can go to view sidebar and show sidebar, and we can see the programs folder. Before we type some code, please select this file, and then you can see the name here, index.html, and see the path. So I'm saved it. I have saved it at D drive HTML crash course programs index.html. Now let me type HTML. No, let me type. Now let me type some text, some more text, and if I go to the file and if I open it in the browser, you can see here. Wait, we should save the file. And if I go to the browser, you can see the blank test. So please don't forget to save the file. Now let's type some HTML. So this is the use of just typing the text. Nothing changes, just same thing. So to change those format of the text, like if you want to create a heading or a paragraph or a link, or if you want to insert an image, you can use HTML tags. That's why we use HTML. So the first shortcut you're going to learn today is creating a HTML structure. So you know the HTML structures like doc type HTML, then head, then title, then body, then so and so. Takes a lot of effort. Then you can just, what you can do is that you can just type HTML and hit tab, and you would get the whole structure. This structure of the HTML is also known as the boilerplate. So we'll go and fill up the title, my first web page. Please indent it properly. The space here, the one tab space is known as indent. It helps you to read it clearly. So please do that. So let me now add a h1. Now another shortcut. Then just write the name of the tag and hit tab to get the whole tag. H1, I'm writing my first web page. So if I save this, I run it in the browser. So you're getting this. Changed my first web page, and here also you have written the heading title as my first web page, and the heading also as my first web page, H1. And you can create a paragraph. So now you can just type lorem. This is another shortcut. And if you hit tab, you're getting some dummy text, which is based on Latin. Because the Google would ask you whether you want to translate the web page, because it's asking me Latin. Okay, let it be. So that's what it is. So hope, I think you enjoyed this video. We'll meet in the next video.